Hello fans, welcome to this week's rendition of my reviews. It is time. It's the end of the year, and this week we're going to be talking about our favorite movies of 2015.
Correction, it's the beginning of the year.
It is the end of the year in my book. I am a control freak, and I can't move on from 2015.
Yeah, so let's just get going with it. Oh, sound effects. The way this is going to be run is we're going to give our... Just see it. I see the list. We don't know each other's list yet. So, we're going to give each other our 10 through 6. Mm-hmm. Miles will go first, then me. Yeah. Then we're going to give 5 through 2. Honorable mentions. Each of us have like 3 or 4. I think I have 3, you have 4.
Yeah.
And then we'll give our number 1.
We'll tease you guys a little bit. Yeah, and before we... I'll be starting, but before we get into this list, I do want to point out that we didn't get to see everything that came out this year. And number 2, this is our top 10 list, not your top 10 list. This is the most subjective thing in regards to movie reviewing.
My list is based off of emotions.
Exactly. Same here.
And
there's going to be some that are higher than others. There's some that are going to be lower that are maybe better movies than others. But it doesn't matter because it is our list. Mm-hmm. And let's get started.
All right. So Miles, let's start with your number 10.
At number 10... I have The Big Short, the Adam McKay directed film. It stars Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, who else is in it? I'm blanking out. Ryan Gosling and Steve Carell. It is the movie about the 2008 housing market crash. And the thing I could say about this movie is there's no movie this year that's better directed, in my opinion, in the sense that this movie, with its terminology with money and the economy, it could have been so boring and exposition build. And even in the beginning, I was watching it, and my thought was it would have been better if it was directed by Scorsese, because what they're going for. But the further it got on, Adam McKay put in these techniques that only his outrageous mind could have done. Yeah. And he made it fun. It was just great. I
have plans to see it. It came out recently, and I haven't had time. But that's one of the movies, that and Revenant, I haven't seen yet. But he's seen both of those.
Yeah. And that leads me actually right into number 9, which is The Revenant.
Okay.
I saw it last night.
I thought it was going to be higher than that.
No, it was great. And that's the thing. All these movies on this list are great. The thing about this movie, it is technically flawless. I mean, the cinematography, every shot is a piece of art. Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy, Domhnall Gleeson, and Will Poulter, those are your leads, and it's incredible. The directing is just, it's amazing. It's brutal, it's cold, it's violent, and it's just...
One of my friends,
it's great.
Whose dad worked on the movie, or works on movies, and got to see it pre-screening. And we're saying this before the Oscars. He says, if Leonardo DiCaprio does not win an Oscar for this, he will be so surprised. At
number 8, I have Ex Machina. Mm-hmm. This is a film that kind of came out of nowhere and became this big hit earlier this year. It stars Domhnall Gleeson, again, who's also in Star Wars, and Oscar Isaac, who is Poe Dameron in Star Wars.
I know!
And it is about artificial intelligence, but it doesn't take any of the cliche routes that these AI movies take. It is about humanity. It is one of the most depressing movies I've seen, in the sense that when I'm watching it, I'm like, this is how the apocalypse is going to go down. This is how it's going to happen. Watching this movie, it is so real. It talks about everything you should in an AI movie, and it's just, it's great. Number 7, and I thought this would end up being higher, but it wasn't, is Steve Jobs.
Alright.
This is a movie that I saw, and I'm such a huge Steve Jobs fan, not as a person, but what he did. I was always so fascinated about it. And biopics tend to take this route, where a lot of them are good this year and did this, where they take a beat-for-beat moment of how they got famous, but this movie was only 3 scenes before 3 major press events. And instead of taking a beat-for-beat life that even you could just get that out of a documentary that you could see on TV, it really got into who Steve Jobs was as a person. And Michael Fassbender, I actually think he might be getting the Oscar for this one, even though...
I want him to get so bad!
He's great too, Kate Winslet. It has an amazing cast. Not a lot of people actually saw it. I'd highly recommend it. Number 7. And yeah.
One more.
I have one more. Number 6, and this is another one that I thought would be higher. It is The Hateful Eight. Quentin Tarantino, his 8th feature film. I got to see it in 70mm film, which means there was an intermission. It was 10 minutes longer, and it felt like I was watching a movie 100 years before I was born. It felt like I was watching a movie that in the moment was a classic. And it was a crazy thing. Samuel L. Jackson, one of his best performances, and that's coming from him. I mean, maybe even better than Pulp Fiction in terms of his performance. And that's saying something.
Alright, so before I head into my top 10, all the movies you just named, I haven't seen. Shut up.
Sorry.
They all... Hateful Eight, Hateful Eight, The Revenant, and Big Short came out in the last, 2 weeks.
No, yeah.
So, give me a break.
It's hard to see. Give him a break.
And I'm 16. I have to sneak into R-rated movies.
It's a hard life. It's a hard knock life for Wyatt James.
Coming in at 10, barely making the list, is Creed. Hit me right there. I saw this with Miles. We saw it just regular Tuesday. And I thought it was going to be a basic movie, but no, it defied a lot of what... It brought back Rocky. It brought back, the older fight movies that were heavy in the 80s and 90s. And we just don't get much more unless it's Real Steel with Hugh Jackman. Anyway, but so I really, really appreciate that movie. The acting, Sylvester Stallone.
He's great.
It was really good in this.
And it's crazy because he might be getting a Best Supporting Actor nomination. Sylvester
That's
Stallone
crazy.
playing Rocky. What the heck?
I know.
It's pretty good.
Alright, so that's all I have to say about that movie. That was just kind of my...
I have a lot more to say about that.
Alright, 9 is Kingsman. Coming on the list. I did have to sneak into this movie. What movie did I buy a ticket for? I know when I saw it was... We bought tickets for The Insurgent.
It was the Exotic Marigold Hotel.
Oh yeah, the same Exotic Marigold.
The old people movie.
Oh yeah, and I go with everyone and they're just like, Kingsman the best of it. Oh boy.
It was a great movie.
I'm making friends with the guys who take my tickets though, so hopefully one of my friends works there.
He'll be 17 soon.
Yeah. Alright, 5 months. Anyway, what an amazing movie. What a fun movie.
Yeah,
a spy movie. It passed a lot of the Mission Impossibles, in my heart it did.
It did.
The new guy, what was his name?
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, no, what a great rookie, rookie of the year.
I'd love to see him.
I would give him Rookie of the Year if that was a thing.
I really struggled not to put that in my list.
Oh, it's not on your list?
No.
Clocking it at 8. This was not on my... I made an original list and I made this list. And I had to knock a couple movies off to put this one on, but the Peanuts movie. Alright. See, the movie experience for this one was amazing. I saw it with my family, with my dad wearing his Charlie Brown shirt. Picture my dad in the Charlie Brown, his bald head. Okay. This was a beautiful movie to watch. It brought back my childhood. For a lot of people that weren't into the Peanuts, they're like, yeah, for me that was like every Thanksgiving my family would watch the Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Every Christmas we would watch the
popcorn. It made
Christmas.
Me like popcorn.
Yeah, the popcorn, the jelly beans, the toast with, butter. But this was a modern day. It's exactly what a modern Charlie Brown would look like. And I thought the way that with the 2D but the 3D, and it was just...
And they kept the innocence of...
Oh yeah.
They didn't
try to make him like...
a bunch of naked people running around like they do with all.
That's what they would do.
Yeah.
7. This one, actually one of my favorite directors directed this one. He was a young actor in the Andy Griffith Show, In the Heart of the Sea.
Dang.
7.
That's good.
In the Heart of the Sea, fantastic. What a great story. You're right, it did start slow, but after 10 minutes, the pace was very well paced. It had its slow moments, but the way that the way Ron Howard pulled you out of it was good. The whale, they didn't try to. The thing I really appreciated was they didn't try to pull a Jaws. They tried to pull a legitimate...
The whale looked great.
Yeah. They tried to this is the whale. We're not trying to... it was fine. It was a good movie. It was great.
I'll say this. I think I was really sad to see it got the reviews it did. Because to me it's one of the more underrated movies of the year.
I really liked it.
I really liked it too.
6. It's been a long day without you, my friend. But Furious 7 came in at 6. Honestly, I sort of question myself with this list, but
it's okay.
You know what? It was
I can't all these movies.
Feels though.
If you had Fantastic Four on this list, I'd question you. James Wan probably had a really stressful job as a director this year. With your
actor dies, and
they handled that so good.
Yeah, they're
especially with the marketing.
They addressed it though in a way.
Yeah,
but the way they didn't address it obviously. They addressed it when you were like, oh no. And since that, I've watched all the other Fast and Furious movies. And this one by far is the best, I would say, out of all the Fast and Furiouses. But it was something really, really, really near to heart. That's my 10 through 6 right there.
Dang.
I know.
Yeah, and now we're in 5 through 2. Getting there, rounding off number 5 for me is a smaller movie that came out this year, Love and Mercy.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a movie I saw actually earlier this week. It's a 99-cent rental on iTunes if you check it out. It is sort of a biopic. I'd kind of call it a biopic about the Beach Boys,
right.
Brian Wilson. And what I loved about it, it's another one of those biopics that's unconventional. You follow Brian Wilson, the lead singer, genius of the Beach Boys, when he's older and when he's younger in these two crazy stages of his life. And I've never been so invested in seeing a creative genius go absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
Because he struggled with having auditory hallucinations and seeing
John Cusack.
God, that was maybe his best performance in his career, and that's saying something. And even Paul Dano, who played the younger version of Brian Wilson, he might get an Oscar nomination for this. He was, to me, one of the top 5 performances from a male actor this year.
It was amazing.
I love that movie. That's my number 5.
I'm glad I made number 5.
And number 4 is Creed. And
okay.
As the trailers came out, I was never a huge Rocky fan, so I was mildly excited about it. But then the reviews came out, I was like, But then I saw this movie, and it knocked my socks off. It's definitely a crowd pleaser movie, but I loved it. I mean, Ryan Coogler, who directed this, 28 years old, directing Rocky, directing this. Michael B. Jordan, you have Sylvester Stallone, the boxing matches, the cinematography.
I know.
There was a point in the movie, in the final boxing match, that actually I shed like one tear, and I'm a soulless person, and it got me.
All right,
Number
this
3.
is getting good. 3.
Star Wars.
Oh, okay, there it
The
is.
Force Awakens. And I know a lot of my friends are going to be like, why is it at number 1? Guys, it's at my number 3 of the top 10 best movies of the year. I love this movie. I have nothing negative to say about it. It is amazing. I mean, what J.J. Abrams did is, even though the story is basically the same as A New Hope, what he did the best at is creating these characters that I would say it now, they're probably iconic. Kylo Ren, Rey, Oscar,
they're
Poe Dameron. He created these amazing characters that I loved.
No.
And I didn't want to like them because I just...
People are already talking about them like it's Darth Vader, like it's Han Solo.
They're quoting this movie like crazy, but it sucks because there's always one person who hasn't seen it yet, and you're just like, ugh. But
Can I say it? Can I say the spoiler?
Yeah.
Han Solo dies.
My number 2 movie of the year is a movie I saw earlier this year that Wyatt actually attacked me for loving it, which is Inside Out. Inside Out is it's a Pixar movie, but I think it might be the best screenplay of the year in terms of animation, the details. No, and hear me out on this. So there's a scene in this movie where you go where there's a dinner table, and you go in the head of the mom, and what's driving the mom is sadness. And then you go in the head of the dad, and what's driving him is anger. And that's not the only thing, that's just a specific example. But as a movie, this script and these concepts that didn't exist, and bringing them to life and making you grasp it like it's just was there the whole time. What they did for children, what they did with everything, it's something I've never seen before. And I wouldn't even argue if someone said it was one of their favorite Pixar movies.
Oh, no, I wouldn't argue that at all.
And that's saying something.
That was your 2, right?
That was my 2,
right.
yeah.
No, I have nothing against Inside Out. I just was like, the way that you were so excited about it, I just wasn't. So that's like the only thing that was...
Well, I think it was because it came straight out of Mad Max.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2 5 out of 5 movies.
I was like, oh, buddy, I don't even give...
But
my highest is Return to the King, 4.9.
It was I genuinely loved Inside Out.
Forrest Gump is... Alright, so coming in at number 5, we have The Minions. I'm joking, buddy. Coming in at number 5, we have Mission Impossible.
Okay.
So Mission Impossible, Tom Cruise, he still has it a little bit, but it's going away.
I wouldn't say that.
No, it's going away. He has to pull like
it's a great movie.
He has to pull like a Han Solo.
I saw a quote from a critic is that the most unbelievable thing isn't the stunt itself, it's that you believe that this 53-year-old man is doing these things. You believe it, and that's the most insane thing of all.
No, it's so true. Coming in at number 4, we have Mad Max Fury Road. I watched this movie a couple times when I was here. What a fun movie with an amazing car chase. I saw this on my birthday actually, but dude, I was excited. I was happy. Never been so happy, like having like a smile. I pictured me playing with Hot Wheels as a kid. I was like, oh.
Describe it.
Number 3.
All right.
Didn't make his list. Bridge of Spies.
Oh
boy!
That's a good one.
Alright, so before we go any farther, Tom Hanks. Am I right? Am I right?
There is no one better at playing normal characters that you just absolutely love than Tom Hanks.
I love Tom Hanks so much. What a guy.
What a guy.
Okay, just his role in this. All of his roles are so diverse. And like this one, favorite role he's ever done.
Really?
I'm saying that.
Better than Forrest Gump?
I'm saying that.
Dang.
Maybe Castaway's up there, Forrest Gump's up there.
Castaway is up there.
But what an underrated movie, number one. I mean, it didn't have enough enough. How do I put it? What's it called?
Box office.
Box office.
It did well, but it didn't do.
It wasn't
as well as it maybe deserved.
I was really mad. I went to the theater one night and I had a choice between Everest and Bridge of Spies. For some reason, I picked Everest, and then I finally saw it again with you, and I was like,
didn't know it was a Spielberg movie. When the at
the ending, I was like,
good job,
what is this
team.
I was like, what is this movie? I was like, oh, I wonder who directed this, and like the directed by Steven Spielberg. I was like, what? No. Number 2. All right.
Oh man.
The Martian is number 2. All right. Just saw this movie again. Honestly, the humor, the action, all of it mixed together. The honest trailer for this is so funny. With like we've saved Matt Damon from space 4 times. I'm like, oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
But what a fun movie.
Meth Damon.
Yeah. The Martian. Alright. But honestly, love this movie so much.
Now it's time to get into our honorable mentions for this year. There are a lot of them. There's a lot of things that I struggled to put on this list, my list personally, but none of them that made me struggle more than Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Oh yeah,
love that. You talked about it. The Peanuts movie, The Martian, and Bridge of Spies.
Well, my honorable mentions: Age of Ultron, Ant-Man was also another one. And then Inside Out. Alright, and here we go into our number ones. My number 1.
You start off.
Alright, it was his. I want to keep you doing it. I want to see you. Alright, my number 1 was Star Wars The Force Awakens. It was kind of obvious. It wasn't on my list. And, dude, I mean, I'm sure Miles. Just,
it's amazing.
Good. It was amazing. I don't have words.
It deserves your number 1 spot.
Yes,
it certainly does, and it was hard. It deserves anyone's number 1 spot. Really. It was great. It was great. It was a good movie.
It was a good movie.
It's a good picture. My best movie of the year, my favorite movie. This is completely personal, and that is the Wachowski siblings' masterpiece, Jupiter Ascending. I have not seen a movie so masterfully directed. I'm kidding. My number 1 movie of the year is George Miller's Mad Max Fury Road.
I thought Poltergeist was a nice movie too.
Okay, keep me in a good mood here. I don't think there's any movie that's as well crafted, well shot, like in terms of a well put together movie with characters and decisions that make sense, and it doesn't shove everything it's trying to say in your face. It's under the surface, but it doesn't lose sight of the action.
Number 1.
And someone described it as like the action is like an orchestra piece. It's pure chaos, but every little thing is like perfectly controlled to add up to this big musical piece, and it's great. It is one of the best movies I have ever seen, and it is my number 1 favorite movie of the year. We've reached the end of this video.
Reached the end of the year.
It's crazy. I mean, we're still already in 2016, and I'm 2016.
What happens to you this year?
It's gonna be fun. So the thing that I love though about each year is that I feel like the movies and the different things you're going through while you see them kind of document a different stage you're in.
Yeah, no.
Because I could think of Kingsman when I was going through the Age of Ultron, but everything that happened in the movie, it's just like...
For me, it's like thinking of, let's see, a Jurassic World.
But there's good
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Good stuff.
All good movies. But, it's what... Movies are what make a lot of us. It's what we act like sometimes.
I act just like Max, and I stab people.
Miles and I are actually serial killers. We make our money because of ads on YouTube.
And we are going crazy right now. And we know where you live.
All of you.
we will find you.
You too, Jack Wickham. Where does he live? British Columbia?
We can
Yeah,
say
British
that.
Columbia.
Totally kidding, no. I'm not racist. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe, like, comment.
Dislike too. We always like, but dislike, but put a reason.
No, don't put a
Yeah, don't put a reason.
Bye, guys.